In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to anybody that joined myself, Boona, and Statman this morning, because this is going to feel a bit like deja vu, really, because yes, if you were unaware, this morning, myself and the two people I've just mentioned, Statman and Boona, who kindly joined me this morning predicting blank game week 28. It genuinely was an absolute pleasure, that podcast this morning. It was fantastic. If I'm honest with you, it was probably one of my favourite pods that I've done for quite a while. There was a lot of conversation, a lot of interesting talking points. And as you can see up on the screen, it was banned, it was blocked, removed, whatever you want to call it. This video contains content from UEFA, who has blocked it on copyright grounds. And the copyright ground was this. I used a image/video of Kevin De Bruyne scoring that rubbish penalty. Yeah, and I'm not going to lie, so I didn't realise that it had been removed until I went to re-watch the stream and I couldn't access it. I was thinking, what's going on here? And then it kind of dawned on me, oh, blimey, brilliant. Have we gone and been banned from YouTube? Thankfully, the fact that we're here, or I'm here anyway, is a godsend really, because I'm not going to lie, I went into full kind of panic mode thinking, oh no, what's going on? We've been banned from YouTube, all this, but thankfully, due to my, well, I'll be honest, it's my naivety. I didn't realise that, going on Twitter, a public forum, that you can't show images that have been put up on a live stream despite its context. So yeah, unfortunately, that video was removed. And yeah, it's just going to be, once again, the same conversation pieces. Not literally, of course, because this is me. And I can talk all day, but it will be me doing the old predicting for blank game week 28. I keep saying this, if you want to come live on air, you're more than welcome to, but I know I keep saying this, and I know I'll then go on for a further 2 or 3 hours, but I really don't want to be going on too long, because I just feel like I'm going to be going over old ground, despite the fact the reason why I'm doing this is actually out of respect to the people that weren't able to A, either tune in live this morning, or B, basically couldn't watch the replay, because I do know that a lot of you, like myself and Jason's, differing opinions on what we think will happen during the particular upcoming game week. And basically, I just am doing this out of respect to the millions and millions. You get the idea there. That's The Rock, if nobody knows. Millions of fans that we have watching this all around the world, literally. And yeah, I just thought, out of respect to you guys, I'll just quickly do a stream now while I've got basically an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours spare, whatever. Because tonight, Jason's going to be doing a stream as well. Almost certainly Jason's going to be doing a stream. So really, I wanted to get on with this ASAP. So basically, let's just crack on with it. Let's just, in fact, the easiest way I'm going to do this is just by going through the chat and just saying hello to people and actually having essentially a conversation with you guys, really, because like I said, I've already done my predictions from this afternoon. Before everybody panics, I am going to be going through what I'm thinking and everything, but I don't want to be boring myself talking about it, to be honest with you. I don't want to be boring people that have already were part of the show this morning, but certainly people like Sultan Saeed that couldn't actually watch this. And I love the thing that Charlie's gone and done. Charlie's gone and changed his name on YouTube to the FPL Chris Packet. Absolutely hilarious. Vince Chapman's here. Thick snow here in Norway. Perhaps there is a chance some games will get cancelled. No way. In fact, when I heard there was going to be snow today, I laughed, because when I woke up at it was actually 2:30 in the morning, I basically woke up to horrific downpouring. It's pouring down with rain, and yeah, when I went to the gym and everything, got back, did the stream, and then it was snowing, but it ain't going to be settling or anything. So, Vince, do not panic. There will be no games cancelling. And I'll tell you what, though, I'd love it if there were some games cancelled, because there's nothing more than I love than things getting effed up. It's fantastic. Salah! Lads in chat, give me an accumulator for today's Europa games. Well, do you know what? I'll give you an accumulator for tonight's European games. I know nothing about European football whatsoever, but what I can do is quickly check up on, the livescore.com. Am I allowed to say that? Is that fake advertising when I get banned from livescore.com? But what I'll do is I'll quickly go on livescore.com and Salah, if you want to write down these tips, then by all means write down these tips. I reckon Espanyol will beat Wolves. Let's just do it for the UK team, shall we? So Espanyol to beat Wolves, because Wolves, I just cannot see them putting in a full strength team. And I'd like to think Espanyol will actually, we've got a chance here. Let's just go for it and put on a show for our fans. So I'll go with that. Arsenal to beat Olympiacos. Celtic to beat Copenhagen. And Man United to beat Bruges. So there we have it. Espanyol, Arsenal, Celtic and Manchester United to win tonight. Basically, if you put 50p on, you're going to lose 50p. So, Salah, it's up to you, my friend. But I'm sure that, in fact, Salah, that gives me an opportunity to plug this. So, I'm assuming you are part of the Discord. If you're not, why not? But if you go to our Discord and on the left-hand side, we have got right at the bottom of the screen. So, if you scroll down on the left-hand side, we have the... Oh, it's been moved. Brilliant. Thanks. Whoever's moved that, brilliant. So there is a specific section on the menu where we can put your bets and people will give advice on tips, etc. And of course, when I actually want to find it, I can't. Where's it gone? Somebody in chat, let me know where this has gone, because I'm trying to look for Pookie Bets and I can't find it whatsoever. Right, okay, well that's a complete wasted experiment. If one of the moderators or whatever wants to let me know where it is. Pookie Punts. Yeah, Phil, where is it? Where is it? I've just seen, I'm not actually, I know Showman the Man has just posted something there, but he's saying that I would come on Discord, Steve, but UEFA banned me. Very good. Yeah, unban him, for goodness sake. Well, I can't see it, Phil, because you're looking at the same screen as me. So yeah, for whatever reason, I can't seem to see the Pookie Punts, but there are some people like Phil in there who are absolutely extraordinary when it comes to doing betting. The other day, he won a significant amount of money on a tenner, I think he did. So yeah, congratulations to Phil there. So yeah, let's just continue moving on through the chat and everything. Brew, another stream, yep. Yes, it is. Like I said, it's just out of respect to the guys that unfortunately couldn't watch on the... Let's be honest here, the people that couldn't watch on the replay, I just thought to hell with it. Let's just get on with it. Lewis Kirkby, Steve, I'm loving the extra content now. It's not technically extra, it is, but you were there this morning, so really it's just going to be repetitive. But if you want to come live on air, you know what to do. Just get on the Discord and get in the waiting room, and I'll be more than happy to bring you live on air to discuss this particular game week. Taffy, hi Steve, I'm here to catch you before school. Believe my friend, school's finished. Obviously you're picking up your kids. No worries at all there. John Harris, welcome my friend. I did see your your wonderful what do you call it, tweet that you said earlier. Well, no, it wasn't a tweet, it was in Discord, wasn't it? You mentioned about the fact that now UEFA are going for the big guns in Elite FPL now. Yes. Manchester Reds is here. I've just finished a few jobs, came home, and the stream is on. Yep, welcome. Hopefully I can keep you company for the next hour or so. Yeah, Phil, unfortunate about earlier, but thanks for the dedication. No, it's fine, not a problem. This, interestingly enough, I'm not going to be specifically talking about it because I just spoke for it forever, and I really don't want to be going on and on and on about it. But and that does kind of link me into the FCAs, the Football Content Awards, where obviously you guys have been wonderfully tagging us in their tweets that they sent out the other day about your favourite community content creator. Here we are. It's up on screen now. There's been much football content over the past year. Who is your favourite content creator of 2019? Let us know in the comments below. And again, I'm only going to be repeating what I said this morning. I don't want to keep going on about it. I just want to say that genuinely from myself and Jason, I can't believe the overwhelming support that you guys have given us. And it really does for me anyway, it's been 10 years coming. It just seems like the last 6 months feels like my 10 years has been worth it talking about fantasy football. Like I said, no one knows this. If you want to know about it, by all means go on the Elite FPL app or go to the website. There is a brief history of how I got into fantasy football and basically how Elite FPL got started. But really for me, this is almost like a well done for the 10 years, and it would feel extraordinary even if we were nominated. Actually put into the voting stage would be absolutely amazing for myself and Jason. I can assure you now we are... Well, I asked Boona outright this morning. I was just like, you know what? Boona, genuinely, what are your thoughts on us actually getting not just to the nomination stage, but the point of where we're actually... get through the category of being voted for? And he said there's a very, very good chance because thanks to you lot, you've just surpassed yourselves and absolutely blown that football content award comment section out the water, and it's just absolutely superb. And I keep saying this, obviously it's fantastic seeing regular contributors to the show, just to name a few people: Boona, Show Me the Mane, FPL Chris Packet, Charlie, Mr. Bull, Dan up on screen now and everything. Obviously it's fantastic seeing you guys writing comments, but it's the people that myself and Jason have never ever heard of or hear from that actually put comments down. They're the ones that hit home to me, because I'm like, I nearly swore then, I'm like, wow, we do have fans outside of the niche. We got the niche fans, the hardcore fans, and then you've got the ones which don't contribute as much but listen all the time, and they put the comments that they do. Again, I can't bring it up on screen because I'd be here all day. There's just so many overwhelming comments from people like yourselves showing us support, so I would love to bring some up, but I can't, unfortunately. It just genuinely is just like wow, and it really is amazing. So yeah, the last 24 hours, or certainly yesterday, I was just like wow, this is just extraordinary. You guys sending all this love. So yeah, there we have it, the Football Content Awards. And if you have no idea what we're talking about, it's up on screen. I'm not going to bang on about it. So there we have it. Afternoon, Uncle Juicy TV. Welcome to the stream. I always find it interesting how everybody's listening to this show. Like, whenever there is a live stream going on, it's very, very, very rare that I'll ever tune into a live stream. Funny enough, the only show that I listen to live stream wise is actually Planet FPL, and it's again very rare that I'm able to do so. But when I do, it's usually during #AskJames. And he does a live stream every Friday. Very, very interesting indeed. It's just essentially anybody that's watching, just send him in any question for him to answer. And yeah, the live stream aspect is very, very rare I get to be part of. But when I do listen to it, it will always be on my phone when I'm driving home from somewhere. It's very rare that I'd be walking around, or it would be very rare. Like sometimes I see people like Dereco as an example. They'll say like, I've just started work, and wow, a live stream's happening. And I think, and he genuinely does. He listens to the whole show. And I'm thinking, I find that crazy. Well, I don't find it crazy, but I just find it amazing that we're going live at a time that you're starting work and you're actually able to listen to it live and interact with us. Like, I know the feeling of what live streams are like. I know what it's like when the second I call out your name, like Vish, Phil, FPL Chris Packet, like I've just done with Uncle Juicy TV, Manchester Reds, and so on and so forth. I see George. I haven't seen you for a while, pal. The second I mention your name, I know for a fact, based on my own experience, it's like, oh, I feel part of something now. I just feel part of something. Because whenever like I send in a question to, for example, hashtag Ask James on Planet FPL, whenever he mentions my name, I'm like, it's just amazing that this individual, James, is actually answering my question. And it's very rare that any live stream will answer your question unless you super chat them. But, you know, in fact, to be honest with you, the reason why I've always wanted to be so interactive with an audience is because that's the more interesting part of the show. I couldn't care less about what the hosts have. I swear to you, I genuinely mean this. I couldn't care less what the hosts have to say, because really, there's only so much they can talk about, and it gets a bit boring after a while. Whereas you guys ask the questions, and the subject matters are always different, and it just keeps the show going over and over. And like I say, it's more interesting interacting with you guys than it is just me interacting with Jason or me interacting with whoever it will be. I just find that I'm sick to death of saying interaction now. The fact that I can have a conversation one-to-one, especially now the fact that we do it on Discord. Last night, as a simple example, was fantastic. I can already see that, and I'll bring them on in a minute. King Kun and One Rovers Vlogs, I'll bring you on in a second. Do not go anywhere. I will be talking for quite a while, so do not panic. I will bring you live on air. Basically, I just find, the interaction is always fantastic, and I'll just continue going through the chat as we speak. Well, there we are. I was about to say One Rovers Vlog there. No, we can't do that. We got to do it justice. It's the FPL crisp packet. Just got home from work, and there's a stream on. And of course, Charlie is always one of those people that like to be part of the show. Davey P was here this morning. Of course, if you are unaware, here we go, more admin. I'm sure people are going to get sick to death of this, but stuff you, I don't care. If you don't like it, go away. Don't want negativity with this. But yesterday, I do want to make this point that the Llama Lounge went live for the first time ever with its... This is when I won't be able to find it now. Brilliant. So Llama did his podcast where he was interviewing Davey P and Boona about their rivalry. And here it is. It's about their rivalry. And I highly, highly, highly recommend you go back and watch this, because I highly recommend it. As I stated on the stream earlier, it's about an hour and a half long. The last half an hour is gold. I think it's fantastic, because that's when the pair of them delve deep into their teams. And I think Davey reveals his team first, what he's done transfer-wise, and Boona disagrees with it. He doesn't like the moves. Davey gets a bit annoyed with it, and it's just a to and fro. And then a bit further down the line, Block FPL joins in, throws in that hand grenade, and just simply says, "Hey, Davey P, don't really like your advice." And then it was just like, oh, here we go. Really, really enjoyed it. And Llama, fantastic host, and really, really enjoyed it. It was absolutely, it was just fantastic. Fantastic. And I highly recommend all, especially the people that are hard. I'm not going to lie, it's for the hardcore community members, the Elite FPL audience. If you know who Boona, Davey P and Llama are, then you're in for a treat, basically, because I always find that with the amount of content that myself and Jason produce, and with the amount of people that we bring on, you just are part of this huge narrative, and you get to know us, who we are and everything. And that's why I was interested in the show last night, because I know these guys, and it was just interesting to hear how the rivalry started. Admittedly, it was all down to money. We're not going to lie here, it was all down to money. But yeah, it was just very interesting how it all started and how it's become to what it is now. It was just absolutely fantastic. And unfortunately, earlier on, I was asking Boona some questions that I wish Llama asked. And Boona did give some answers to it. But, we unfortunately, we can't go over that again. So, yeah, I highly recommend you guys checking that out. Shano83. Unfortunately, Steve-O, regarding the stream being cancelled earlier on, legend for you coming back. I went to watch the second half of it that I missed earlier. Yeah. Unfortunately, you couldn't. Well, I doubt you could anyway. I thought I could actually make it a members-only video. Because actually, the video... I've deleted it now. I've actually deleted it just for safety purposes only. But the actual video was available on our channel for people that have access to it. So basically myself and Jason and Llama's got access to it now. And we could actually watch it. And I thought, oh, let's just change it to members only. And I put up a post in Discord that I've changed it to members only. Unfortunately, thanks to... I forget who it was now. They said that they couldn't actually access it. So unfortunately, it was completely banned, full stop, which sucks really. But Phil referring to Salah's accumulator betting. I don't like doing accumulators. I prefer to bet on 4 to 5 things happening in games, cards / goal scorer. Yeah, I would highly advise anybody, if you can find the Pookie Punts section in the Discord, to check out Phil's bets, because like I said, he's actually pretty successful regarding his betting. Like I say, he won a substantial fee. I believe it was on £1. I believe he put £1 down and he won a significant amount of money. So again, gamble responsibly. Apparently I have a duty to say that. But no, in all seriousness, if you want some advice, Phil, Paulie live on air during the Liverpool West Ham game, he actually made a bit of money as well. So congratulations. Stein's back from this morning. Booner is here back from this morning. Welcome to joining us. Stein, yes, I looked at your thing earlier on. Talking of Block FPL, the troublemaker, here he is. Stein saying, we mentioned this earlier, that you're captaining Vardy, and I was a bit taken aback. I mean, Booner was banging on about having triple Leicester. Not a big fan of it whatsoever, but once again, you'll understand why when you hear my predictions on the game, but a lot of you will know what my predictions are if you listen to it this morning. I'm not that confident with Leicester against Norwich, but you'll find out. Sultan Saeed making a point to Block FPL's point. Block FPL saying, "Hi Sultan, I need to catch you." And Sultan, of course, is getting tight, my friend. Yep, the gap is only 11 points. Yes, it is indeed. And Davey P straight away saying, "Not you again." Oh yes, Block FPL is back to get you, Davey. I see George making just highlighting the point there that hit the like button, please. Yes, just reminding me, just quickly. Yeah, if you are in the stream right this second, just simply hit the like button right now, because basically, from a shameless self-promoting point of view, for myself and Jason, it helps promote the video on YouTube, and it does get into the algorithm, and it just basically shows that this is a good channel to be showing, and they just promote it basically unofficially. So yeah, if you can just simply hit the like button now, that would be fantastic. Oh, welcome back, Aman Dillon. Aman Dillon, you seem to be here at any hours of the day. What on earth is going on with you, my friend? Jovel Mendes, interesting question, because I was shot down this morning regarding that. Yet you've come out with the question, which is Jovel Mendes saying, should I transfer in Giroud or Abraham? Well, I said to Kev this morning. Now, Kev had a bit of a dilemma where basically he had, in fact, I'll just bring it up on the screen so you guys can actually see with context exactly what on earth I'm talking about. But Kev did have a bit of a dilemma this morning where he didn't have Aubameyang playing. And he was asking about whether he should get rid of Aubameyang or Fleck and which player. So his team's up on screen at the moment. And I said, from my own personal point of view, that I would always be looking at an attacking player rather than like a cheap midfielder, or he was even thinking of getting rid of Baldock, a defender, and I thought, why not just do for a 1 week punt an attacker? Well, a name that I come up with, Jovel, is Giroud. I just thought they're against Bournemouth. Bournemouth are pants. I think that Chelsea are going to edge it and I mean just edge it 2-1. There's an insight into my prediction. And yeah, I just think that Bournemouth, very leaky at the moment. Chelsea's away record is a lot better than their home record. And you know what? Giroud in form. I don't think it's a bad move, my friend, to go a differential and go with Giroud. So, yeah, I think that actually maybe you should go with that, Giroud. But then again, my advice... In fact, you know what? My advice will probably serve you well, because my advice always seems to work, but I don't take my own advice. So, and I did explain that on this stream this morning, answering one of Llama's questions about what's been your biggest regret this season and what's been the best thing you've done this season. I did come out with my own answer for that. But yeah, sorry, Andy, I know you're watching this live, my friend. I've just sent you a screenshot of the community teammate. Oh, James Bangs just tweeted on the Football Content Award. James, if you're watching, if you're in a meeting and you want to cancel it and join in on the fun, come join us. So yeah, in answer to your point, Joval, I think Giroud isn't such a bad choice. I was shot down by Boona, but this is what we're here for. We're here for discussion and debate about what we think. Ooh, here we are. Talking of Andy, Resi Desi. Anyone played their free hit this week? Well, interestingly, you mentioned that. Someone that's doing very well this season is the individual called The Best in the Discord. And basically, he has done his free hit. And his free hit, I don't know why. I wouldn't do the free hit personally this week. It's only 2 teams that haven't actually done anything. But his free hit is as follows. Once I can bring it up, because I know he posted it this morning. The question is where. I know it's in the Rate My Team before anybody... here we are. Done. It's going to be a bit small, so I'm going to read it out for people listening in on audio. So this is Size The Best. Free hit. So if you want to listen to this, Andy, listen in, because Sai is doing very well this season in fantasy football, but I don't know why he's hit the free hit, but whatever. Here we go. So Matt Ryan in goal. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Reece James, Pereira, Fernandes, Salah is going to be his captain. Maddison, Mane, Ings, Vardy and Jota. He's going with a 3-4-3 obviously, and then whatever on the bench. A load of bench fodder. So that is his free hit. So Andy, there's a bit of quote-unquote advice for you there if you want to take whatever you want out of this. You go for it, my friend. Greasy trumpet. Here he is. A man, as he states, is back from this morning. Welcome. Gravy Dave, yes, another one. Welcome. Well, lad, thoughts on Harvey Barnes, guys? Once again, discussing it this morning. Certainly somebody who appears to be a player that, if you are to go into the Leicester midfield route, is certainly somebody to be looking at. I think for his price, and if you want to go into Harvey Barnes regarding their fixtures, I think it's a very good move indeed, and I would just absolutely go for it. I really, really would. Opus saying, how do you solve a problem like Traore? Yes, exactly. I think that there could be a bit of an issue with Traore. Will he play at the weekend? I'd like to think so. The problem is that whether Nuno decides to go with the 3-5-2 formation. Now, you'll be all aware that I did my -12 the other day. I brought in Jota and Jimenez. And basically, I think that what Nuno's going to do is what he did last year, which was basically have a 3-5-2 formation, which played so well for him the other day. So I think that Traore is a perfectly good pick. He's only 5.8 million, and he should do really well versus Tottenham this particular game week, because he apparently did really well versus Tottenham the last time out. Lewis, in response to the best, free hit is a waste this week, in my opinion, but don't take any chip advice from me. Lewis, you're doing exceedingly well this year, admittedly slowly going a bit down, but you know. Here we go, FPL Booner throwing in a few grenades here or there. Block and Davey best friends now. Davey, weren't you saying you were still off with him this morning? I know Davey P's here. I'm going to give him the right to reply, Booner. Vincent, hello, Steve. Happy to see you again after the breakfast show. Well, unfortunately, that breakfast show, if you're unaware, Vincent, was removed. So I've had to do this again, basically. Francis Logan, Vardy / Abraham, last chance this game week. Absolutely. And finally, I know there's lots and lots of you talking. I've had to scroll all the way down to the bottom. But Vish saying double Wolves defence and Jimenez is my preference. Yeah, I do like that. And maybe going down that route since Bolly's come back. What is it now? 3 or 4 clean sheets in a row. Certainly jumping on the Bolly and Doherty along with either Jimenez, Traore or Jota is certainly a good move, I think. Like people that have got double, like Block FPL, who's got double Liverpool defence. Block FPL just quickly saying that, Nabuna, I'm just making sure he got rid of Van Dijk so I can captain him. Yeah, exactly, Dave. In fact, just to hell with this. I'm going to bring these people on. Christ. I want to talk. Let's bring some people on here, shall we? And let's just talk about the upcoming game week. But more importantly, I want to hear the right to reply for people like Davey P, who please move, who want to have their say. I know King Cunt and Charlie are there, but let me just quickly get on Davey P quickly. Davey?
Evening or afternoon.
Good afternoon, Davey. Come on, mate. You seem to be getting pelters. You did the wonderful Llama Lounge last night. I want you to have your right to say. You can say without swearing whatever you want to Booner and Block FPL if you like, because this is your time to reply, my friend.
Nah, I'm like those two. I'm quite respectful towards other FPL managers, even when their opinion's wrong.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I certainly think that last night you both had your right to say to each other and everything, but overall you're still like you say very confident moving into this particular game week, and certainly this morning when you said that you're going to be captaining Trent Alexander-Arnold, are you going to go through with that?
Yeah, I said a few weeks ago in the hangout session in Discord, like Brew and Boona and all that, like a few weeks ago when I wildcarded back in 24-25, that I was going to juggle the Salah Trent home and away captaincy. Captain Salah at home, he's got a great record at home. And then Trent's got an amazing record away from home. I'm just going to follow through with that until at least game week 29.
Ooh, good. I like to hear this. I like to hear differential captaincy pitches. Let's bring on King Kun. He's been here for a while. Afternoon, King Kun. King Kun, are you there? You've been here for a while.
Good evening, Steve. How's it going?
Just as I was about to drag him out, he's back here again. King Kun, how was last game week for you? You were very confident moving forward. How did it end up?
It was a disaster. I swear, I want to kill Mike Dean, but I can't fly there. It's too fast. Like seriously, what was he thinking doing that?
What
I don't know
what
if
was
you
that
saw
for? Sorry, remind me.
I had Callum Wilson. He got an assist, right, and then they recalled it back. So Bournemouth scored,
Oh,
and then
that's
Burnley
of
got the penalty.
course. Yes, you were the guy that was saying that Burnley were going to get battered. And it turned out the other way round. Yes, that's right. I completely forgot about that. That's why I did smile when I did give you the old middle finger. Yeah, that's right. And talking of Mike Dean, actually, a thank you to Boona, who did actually highly recommend that for myself to listen to the Peter Crouch podcast with Mike Dean. Yes, it was a very, very enjoyable podcast. Thank you for that recommendation. I do. I'll say it live on air now that if anybody likes listening to football podcasts and a bit of fun, the Peter Crouch podcast with Mike Dean was very enjoyable indeed. Now let's just quickly bring on Charlie. Afternoon, FPL Chris Packett.
Afternoon, Stephen. How are you?
Sounds like he's in one. Yeah, all good, welcome. Well, you've just finished work.
Yeah, I finished work like 40 minutes ago, so just in time for the stream.
And I'll ask you just quickly. First of all, how did you find out that we were live? I mean, that's pretty much stating the obvious, but it would be interesting to see if you came home, put the TV on, and we were live, or did you get a notification from your mobile phone and you just automatically put on your phone? What's the context there?
Yeah, notification on my phone, so it's always up to date.
That's fantastic. So it is the preview show. Like I said, it's all a bit of fun and everything. I'm not going to be. I'll just ask your thoughts on each game. To be honest with you, I'm not going to be asking you to specifically predict the games. But if you want to give a scoreline, by all means. But I'll quickly ask you, Davey P. I was talking about Giroud a minute ago. As a Chelsea fan, do you think Giroud is a short-term, a decent option?
No, absolutely not. There's still that rotation risk with Tammy Abraham. So I'd say no.
Really? Despite the fact that he's been doing really well for you guys, you don't...
I love when he plays, he brings other players into the game. You can see that we brought Barkley in, he brought Mason Mount into the game, and like the last couple of game weeks, like Barkley's and Mason Mount's like underlying stats, like attacking wise, are much better. Even on the eye test, you can see that they're much better because they're more involved higher up the pitch. But not for me. There's still that threat with Tammy. Chelsea still have a few injuries with Kante out. They've got a few wingers out, like Pulisic out, Hudson-Odoi out. So there's so much rotation and risk there that for FPL purposes, I would just avoid.
You're like me. You're in agreement with me that the game tomorrow between Norwich and Leicester isn't actually going to be the battering, for example, that Boona, and I do think Boona's looking at it through FPL goggles here because he's predicting 3-1. But myself, Kev, and the form is going 1-1. I don't think it's going to be annihilation. But you were talking about some certain statistics this morning, everything, to potentially back that up.
Yeah, just Norwich's home and away form is very different. But like bearing in mind, like as Boona pointed out to me earlier, that they've got two of their main centre backs missing for this game tomorrow, so that may have an impact. But like Norwich aren't as bad at home as people like to make out. They're not like whipping boys at home. They're a bit mid-table. I think exactly mid-table in terms of home form, defensively anyway. So I can't see them getting battered, especially with the way like the Leicester are playing. Like they're not exactly free-flowing attacking-wise.
What do you?
I agree with you 1-1.
What do you think, Charlie, on this particular fixture?
Yeah, I think it's going to be close. Like you said, Leicester haven't been scoring a lot of goals recently. I mean, just some shots wise, they're the highest amount of shots that's been took from a Leicester player is Pereira over the last 4 weeks. So that just says everything. I think it'd be tight, 1-0. I think Leicester would just edge it. I think it'd be a really close game. Yeah,
I completely agree. I hope it's a close game because If not, Booner is going to be crowing from the skies. But like I say, certain players from Leicester aren't exactly performing that great at all. Thank you for the comment to Jason Raven Govender. Graphics are looking clean. Big up to Jason. Completely agree. Jason has done a wonderful job regarding the presentation of this show. So I completely air that opinion. There's nothing more I can add to that. So for people like Sai, like the best King Kun, that are going with a free hit this week, do you think that triple Leicester is a good idea, or do you think that maybe avoid, maybe have one or two, but that's about it really?
No, I agree with Sai. I'm on that train already, so I've done triple Leicester in attack, and I think it's going to be a party.
Well, I haven't got your team up on the screen as yet. We'll get to that in a minute, but
I think
you are going Vardy captain.
Vardy captain, because I think Leicester and Norwich have played a few high-scoring games against top 6 teams at home. I think 3-2 versus City, they won, and they lost 2-3 against Spurs. So I think it'll maybe be 3-1 or 3-2 or 2-all or something.
Oh, I mean, by the way, just a quick one. I don't normally, like I said, it's very rare that we get subscriptions during live streams, but thank you to David Ballard, who's just subscribed there. Cheers, dude. We are slowly reaching that 3,240 mark. So like I said, if anybody's watching this live and enjoys the content but hasn't subscribed, by all means just simply hit that subscribe button, because we are pretty much a daily show. Davey P, we've just had King Kun saying that it's going to be goals galore essentially in this game. Do you think Kun is Kun with no T? Do you think he's mad, or do you think that he's actually thinking logically?
If you break it down simply, Leicester are a top 6 side, and Norwich are a bottom 3 side. So, if it's with bookies, I'll even favour Leicester as well. And going bookies odds, there's a lot of momentum going Leicester's way. But Leicester have not been playing well. And I think Norwich have been playing quite well at home, from what I've watched anyway.
And of course, Charlie, I don't know what your recollection of this game was last time. It did end 1-1, and this is when Leicester was supposedly in form.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, considering it was 1-1, that was like one of their only 6 goals they've scored away from home. So yeah, it was a bit of, out of the blue. But I mean, it could go either way. I wouldn't even be surprised if Norwich, got something, because like we've all said, they are pretty good at home.
I mean, Liverpool have managed to put one past them.
Yeah, exactly. So
and Liverpool are a much better team than Leicester. Yeah, and it was a full strength. It was a full strength, pretty much. Liverpool, other than Mane coming off the bench for that jammy goal.
So do you? Okay, here's the question. King Kun is captaining Vardy as it stands. King Kun, last time you came on, you said you were going to be captaining Callum Wilson. You didn't go through with it. You bottled it. Are you 100% definite going to be captaining Vardy this week?
No, there's hundreds of millions.
Say that again. You sound like you're in a. Well, here we go. It's the famous line. It sounds like you're speaking through a pillow. Say it again.
No, what I'm trying to say is that I didn't bring him into my side for and a triple up, not to captain him.
So you're 100% captain of Vardy then?
Yeah, 100%. Because I don't know, maybe the games could get called off on Saturday, and I'm gonna have a Friday captain, so I'm happy.
Oh come on, you're not gonna fall for that old. Oh, I nearly swore then. All that rubbish, are you, Charlie? It's not. No games are gonna be called off, are they? What's the weather like in Bristol, for example? It's all fine, isn't it?
Yeah, sunny but cold. I mean, yesterday it was sleet, snow, and rain. But yeah, today's all right.
And what do you think about this theory that some people are saying on Twitter that there could be some games called off? Do you think it's just a load of nonsense?
Yeah, I think they're just trying to put people off. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
King Kun, this isn't a free hit though, is it?
No, it's a -8.
Another -8.
Yeah.
So that's 16 points you've done the last 2 game weeks.
Yeah.
you're doing. Remind us what your rank is. What's your overall rank now?
I think it's about 115k. I dropped a bit last week.
And the week before you were about 70,000, weren't you?
Yeah,
So
but I have that kind of week.
what's made you go with this -8 this particular week then?
I don't know. I just have a feeling, and I always play with my gut. And I think I generally like to back teams in the top 6 that don't win 2 in a row. So that lose or draw. So I think Leicester would be big and go big.
Well, you've got a fan here because Stein is saying that it's a good idea because Stein is somebody else that's actually captain Vardy as well. So there's 2 of you that are going to be captain. And well, here he is, the Daily Llama. Welcome. Just been bigging you up, my friend, about your particular podcast this morning. Just go back on the replay, mate. You'll be able to find out me chatting about your wonderful show last night. In fact, Boona throwing a bit of a dig there. Carney's saying that you've dropped below him now.
Yeah, it's only temporary.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry. Like, Boona will drop in the other direction pretty soon.
Boona, I know you said that you'd be able to come live on air in about an hour or so if it's still going. I really don't think I am, so I'm just gonna stir the pot more and more. We've got your mates on here that can talk all they want without your right to reply unless you speak in the chat. So talking of this particular game week, we move on to, so we've discussed the Norwich versus Leicester game. I'm not really going to be worried about the Brighton versus... Well, actually, forget that. Cun, you've got Mopay in the Brighton versus Crystal Palace game. Are you hopeful for him getting returns in this?
Well, I don't know. I hope so, man. Brighton's been up and down all season. You don't know which Brighton's going to turn up. But if Mupai plays, I think they're a better side. There's more mobility in the forward line, whereas when Murray plays, it's a bit stagnant, and I don't know. I just don't know why he was playing for a couple of weeks.
Be warned, Boona says that he'll be coming on at 4:30. Here we go. John Harris making a point. Just remember, last time Leicester played on Friday night, they thrashed Southampton 9-0. That ain't going to be happening this time. Anish is saying that he's thinking of taking not just a -4, but he's also thinking of doing King Kun and going with a -8. Hello, Harbour Boy. Welcome. It must be 3 o'clock in the morning for you, Harbour Boy, and you were here this morning. Crazy. Yeah, so, I mean, for you, Charlie, the Brighton versus Crystal Palace game, I personally think it's going 1-1. The last few fixtures that Brighton have played at home have pretty much been 1-1. Are you hopeful for a goals galore game, or do you think it's just going to be absolutely terrible like me?
Yeah, I think it's either going to be 1-0 either way or 1-1. I wouldn't be surprised if Mopay scored, because he did score in the other fixture they played at Selhurst Park this season, actually. But yeah, I think it's going to be because it is sort of classed as a derby, innit, that Crystal Palace and Brighton. But I think it's going to be either 1-1 or 1-0. I think it'll be a pretty terrible game, to be honest.
Yeah, I completely concur with that. I think it is going to be awful. Also, just a quick one that I've just seen there message-wise. Harbour Boy is saying it's all right. It's 5 a.m. in Australia at the moment, and Fantasy World All is saying it's 3 a.m. Why aren't you guys in bed? It's crazy. Anish, I'll get onto your question in a minute. He's asking about what do I think of McNeil as an FPL asset. The simple answer is he's not worth bringing in, but I'll get to more detail in that in a second. We'll move on to Davy P's team. It's Chelsea versus Bournemouth. Like I said, I think that Chelsea are just about going to edge this, but so does Kev this morning, along with Boona, along with the form, think that Bournemouth are going to beat you, Davy P. What do you think on that?
Oh, Bournemouth are just our bogey team. Like over the last few years, like the last time I think we beat Bournemouth was when Alonso scored that free kick in that mega haul a few years ago. Like I can't remember the last time we actually beat Bournemouth. Every time we beat them, every time we play them, should I say, the luck just goes out the window, and Bournemouth are just ridiculous when they play us. I don't know why. I can see that being a draw.
Talking of Alonso, is he an option?
Yes.
Oh, I wish he was, to be honest. Like that's a nostalgia pick right there with Alonso.
Well, Kun, you just said yes immediately. Just like, of course, you were somebody. Of course, again, you brought in Reece James last week. It didn't pay off for you. Why do you immediately say yes to Alonso?
Because when Giroud plays, Alonso has like more scoring ability, sort of. Whereas when Tammy plays, he has to put the ball in more. I don't know. I just think the wing back played really well last week against Tottenham and created a lot of chances. So I think maybe I don't know what he's worth though.
Do you know what he's in the game, Davey P? How much he is, or Charlie? Do you know how much Alonso?
It's quite a lot.
6.5, something like that.
He's over 6. That's all I know.
Yeah,
It's a lot of money.
He's certainly someone worth monitoring, I think.
Yeah.
Certainly. I mean,
He is six. He's 6 million exactly, Steve.
Oh, is it? He's 6?
Oh,
What do you think on that price, Charlie?
I'm not sure. I mean, he scored the other day, but before that, when was his last return? Because he's hardly been playing as well. So.
Well, Chelsea don't even have a goalkeeper that's any good at the moment, anyway.
Yeah.
So you're not really getting like the triple threat that you used to get from him.
Yeah.
With like clean sheets, assists, goals.
Yeah. Just wait and see. Maybe.
The fixture's actually good, man. Going through.
Yeah, I mean the fixtures are good, but I wouldn't trust Chelsea, just because they got a lot of injuries. Very inconsistent team this season.
Wow. FPL lads, I haven't heard from you for a while. Listening and all. Are you standing outside your offices in Tottenham Court Road, my friend? Charlie, your thoughts just quickly on this Bournemouth versus Chelsea game. As Davey P said, it's a bogey team for Chelsea, but I personally think that they'll just get through it. I can't believe I'm saying that about Chelsea, but after that battering that they had from Bayern Munich, and once again, I always say this, I actually genuinely think that Bayern Munich were going to win 5 or 6-0. Obviously, it ended 3-0. Do you think that's going to have any effect on this particular fixture, or do you think Chelsea will just about scrape through?
I'm not really sure because, like Davey said, Bournemouth have done well. I think last season at Bournemouth Stadium, I think it was 4-0 to Bournemouth. I know Callum Wilson's got a great record. He scored, I think he got a hat-trick at Stamford Bridge a couple of years ago. I think Bournemouth would win. I think Chelsea they've got a lot of injuries and they've just been far too inconsistent. So I think Bournemouth will edge it 2-1 maybe.
So I'm the only one that thinks that Chelsea have got a chance in this game. That does genuinely surprise me. And FPL lad just saying that he's at his desk at the moment. Hopefully we can keep you entertained for the next 20 minutes or so, my friend. So Anish was asking me about specifically McNeil of Burnley, but I did actually have a question asked to me earlier on about Burnley attacking assets and who I would recommend. I think it may have been our man Dylan. He asked me this morning what I thought about Burnley attacking players, and I just simply said I think go with Rodriguez as the safety bet. I just think personally, I think we're just too inconsistent. I know we beat Bournemouth 3-0, but I just think we're too inconsistent. We don't score many goals. In this particular fixture, it's going to be so tight. There's not going to be many goals scored in this at all. I mean, although I am predicting 3 of them going in this game, I'm going 2-1 to Newcastle. I just think that Newcastle's home record is, let's be honest, it's actually very, very good. And it is going to be an extremely tight game, and it's just the fact that Burnley don't score many goals at all. However, if Dyche thinks that we are completely safe, he may let the shackles off and allow our players to express themselves a lot more, hence the game the other day versus Bournemouth. So potentially there's a chance that we could be moving forward a bit more free-flowing. But I would say that Rodriguez and Wood are probably your best bets. McNeil for budget, but he doesn't get that many. If anything from Burnley, I'd probably go with Westwood or something like that. He's only 4.5. In fact, straight away there, I think it's Shano. Show me the Mane, saying, Steve-O, do McNeil and Westwood share corner duties? I'll be honest with you, I don't have a clue, but I would go with your own knowledge there, my friend. Vince Chapman, Newcastle batter Burnley. You're having a laugh, mate. Newcastle can't score goals, so they're going to batter. Albeit I've just said 2-1. But if I was looking at Burnley assets, to be honest with you, I'd be looking at defensive assets, specifically Tarkowski for his goal threat. Charlie, your thoughts on Newcastle versus Bournemouth?
I think Burnley will win 1-0, maybe 2-0. Because I mean, don't forget, Burnley are pushing for Champions League and Europa. They're on such good form. It's unbelievable. I mean, looking at it, because obviously most people, even though Burnley have been doing quite well over the past month or so, most people would probably think they're just above the relegation zone or maybe mid-table, but they're actually pushing for Europe again. But yeah, I think it'd be 1 or 2-0. I think yeah, and I think McNeil. I mean, because obviously for the blank game week coming up, I'm probably the same as you. I think Rodriguez, maybe McNeil as a cheap midfielder if you want to get him in for that game. But yeah,
again, he's not really cheap, is he? He's what 5.5 or something like that, or maybe even more.
Yeah, saying that, yeah.
He's in that Traore bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But without the consistency of assists and goals. I mean, FPL Lad making a point here. Of course, he was at Palace last weekend, being a Crystal Palace fan. And Newcastle are dreadful. #clowns. Afternoon, Lee Aussie here. FPL Lad making the point there that they should have won 4 or 5. That is true, but Newcastle's record away from home is dreadful. They are terrible. But at home, they're no mugs. King Kun, I know you hate Burnley, so I'm assuming you think Newcastle are going to be winning this 3 or 4-0.
Nah, it's not that. I watched the Bournemouth Burnley game, and if anyone watched the Chelsea Man United first game where it finished 4-0, but it wasn't that result, that was Burnley last week. It was just an incorrect result that when you look at it, you think, oh, they smashed them, but they didn't really. So I'm going to say Newcastle 2-0 win.
Was that a 2-0 win?
Yeah.
Cool. United. Pull on the strings there. I just can't see it. I know what you mean. I appreciate the fact that, yes, I do agree with you that Bournemouth were very... In fact, recently Bournemouth have been very unlucky with decisions going against them and stuff, but we do actually have a very good record against Bournemouth, so the result doesn't surprise me. Admittedly, like you said, the result did flatter them, Burnley themselves, but I mean, me personally, Charlie, I think Bournemouth are going to be relegated.
Yeah, I mean, possibly, but I think they have been doing a lot better recently. Obviously, like you said, last week was a bit of a flattering result, but they have been doing a lot better recently.
We then move on to West Ham Southampton. I think it's going to be a bit of a fun game, a bit of goals galore. I want to focus on Watford versus Liverpool because, of course, we've got David P saying he's going to be captaining Trent Alexander-Arnold. King Kun isn't going to be captaining anybody at all in that particular fixture. He's going with Vardy. Charlie, I'm assuming you're going with safety and Salah?
Maybe.
Oh.
Possibly Trent, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say in a minute when we go to the teams.
Well, no, talk now, mate. Please.
Oh, if you want, yeah. Obviously, I've pretty much had it on Salah since the last 3 or 4 weeks, but maybe Trent, considering Salah's only got 2 goals away from home this season, even though his form against Watford is insane, I think Trent can be a really good option this week, to be honest.
Despite the fact he got his haul the other day, you think that he could do really well again?
Yeah, easily. I think he's that good. He puts a lot of balls in the box, gets forward a lot on corners. I mean, he could have had another couple of assists. Van Dijk hit the crossbar or hit the post the other day as well, so he could have even had a bigger haul, to be honest.
John Harris is saying, Charlie boy, Trent is a great captaincy shout. Anish is saying, I must be a trendsetter. Everybody looking at Trent captain. I mean, going back just quickly to the Southampton game. FPL lad making the point here that Armstrong of Southampton, only Salah has had more shots than him over the last 4 game weeks. I think FPL Boona made the point that Armstrong is certainly worth looking at, but apparently a lot of those shots have been outside the box and only 3 of them have been on target. But certainly Armstrong, is he 4.5, Charlie?
No, I think he's 5.3 or 5.2.
Do you think Armstrong's an option or no? Not for that price.
I think he could be a good maybe bench option.
He's 5.2
possibly.
Armstrong.
5.2 is he, Dave? Okay.
Because he's had 20 shots over the last 4. Obviously, not a lot have been on target, but as a a good bench option, maybe start him a couple of weeks. They got Newcastle at home next week. He could be a good differential off the bench or starting him in a few games.
Shano83 is asking the 3 of you guys. So we'll go with in chronological order here. So, Steve, I asked the lads there. Pope or Dubravka. So, King Kun, who would you choose out of Pope or Dubravka? Dubravka. Davey?
I've transferred in Nick Pope. I had that exact choice, that exact dilemma. And then I went for Pope. It comes down to which manager do you trust more defensively, and I trust Sean Dyche more than I trust Steve Bruce.
Charlie?
Yeah, I'd definitely go with Pope. Just the fact that, like they said, they've got a good defence. They're well drilled, and I think they'll be keeping a lot of clean sheets. They've got a lot of good fixtures coming up.
He's also just jokingly said, and of course you, Steve-O. Well, I've just brought in Nick Pope, so not my bias. So it's 3 against 1 there. So hopefully that helps you, Shano, for your dilemma. What was it here? Gravy Dave asking a very interesting question going back to the Liverpool game. Would you bring in Trent next season if he was 10 million?
No.
He wouldn't be 10 though.
No.
I think Leighton Baines was the highest ever. He was like 8.8 million, was he not? The highest ever defender?
So
Alonso was pretty high. 7.5 or something 1 year.
Yeah. But like Trent's quite young still, and I think he's got room to improve. So even if Trent was 9 million, I'd still bring him in.
Yeah, so would I.
okay, okay. Let's ask the chat before I get on to Show Me the Mane's interesting point here, because I'd like to hear your views on this. So everybody in chat, the simple question is this: would you pay next season for Trent Alexander-Arnold 8.5? Just a Y for yes or an N for no. Let's just see what the chat say, because I'd be very interested to see what people are thinking. I mean, for me personally, at 8.5, I'd certainly be definitely, almost certainly getting it in. Denonda straight away saying yes. Gravy Dave, yes. John Harris, yes. It's always interesting whenever you do these quick little polls now, and then when it comes to the start of the season, it never ever happens at all. FPL Boona, yes. Salt size, yes. Raven Govender, in fact, it just looks an outright yes. So a lot of people, Gravy Dave, think that yes, 8.5. Even Boona's saying 9 million. You'd buy him. So here we go. King Kun, if you want to listen to this, this is from one of your rivals. It's Show Me the Mane. He says, after watching us, Liverpool, on Monday, I expect Klopp to make wholesale changes for Watford. The league is won. He'll play a strong 11 versus Chelsea next week. Mark my words. The Liverpool players look knackered. King Kun, do you agree with that statement?
No, I disagree.
And if you want to elaborate, please do.
I think he'll play the kids on Tuesday.
And why do you say that?
I just have a feeling. I think Klopp disrespects the FA Cup. So,
of course, Davey.
Sorry, I didn't hear.
Of course, Davey. They're going to be playing your team, Chelsea. What are you expecting from Liverpool, the kids, or do you expect a full 11?
I think a blend probably of the two. Players that maybe need some game time, like players that are coming back from like injury, like Lovren, Matip, things like that, like fringe first teamers with mixed with kids. I don't think they'll play full strength against Chelsea. Liverpool want to win the league. They don't want to win anything else. They want to win the league. I'm not going to go for it.
No, I completely agree. I mean, Charlie, is it next week then that the FA Cup is taking place? Is that right, Charlie?
Yeah, next weekend, yeah.
It's the midweek, isn't it? It's between...
And midweek,
now and
yeah.
Do you think Liverpool will make wholesale changes, or do you think, no chance?
Nah, I think pretty much they maybe one, maybe two, but yeah, I think it'll all be first team pretty much. I can't see the point because they keep on winning. So what's the point? Because they're probably trying to get the most points ever in a season as well, aren't they? As well, along with the title.
You've made the point. I mean, I've got your team up on screen saying that you're probably going to be captaining Trent. I asked King Cum this about his captaincy on Vardy. He's 100% definite going to be doing it. I'll ask you the same question. Are you 100% definite you're going to be captaining good old Trent Alexander-Arnold? Do you think you're going to bottle it and go with safety?
I mean, there's a possibility. I haven't firmly said that I'm doing it, but there is a possibility. Just the fact that he's getting forward, he's on pretty much all set pieces as well, isn't he? So there's a possibility, but I might just stick with Salah. I'm not sure yet.
Does it give you confidence though that people like Davy P are actually pretty much going to be going through with it?
Yeah. I'm not surprised anyway because same as Anish captain did on Monday night, got the 20 points captain. But yeah, I'm not surprised. I think there's probably been a lot more people that have done it as well this season. Just the fact that he's pretty much a winger, isn't he? Really.
Well, put it this way, Charlie. Trent's not blanked since game week 16.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but that's a bit. What's the word I'm looking for here? The statistic is more like he hasn't blanked, but that doesn't mean specifically he's been getting attack and returns. That includes clean sheets. So
yeah, it includes clean sheets. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, of course, when I did I captain him? I did in the double game week. I remember when I did. I thought I captained him. Thankfully, I didn't in the end, in hindsight. But he did actually blank in that particular fixture. Lewis Kirkby, I didn't realise. I thought you were a member. Lewis Kirkby has kindly become a member of Elite FPL. Welcome, my friend. He's going for the grassroots. Go for the $4.99, mate. I think it's about time I made a contribution to the amazing entertainment. Well, you're part of the show anyway, to be honest with you. Well, FPL lad straight away saying actually, Trent's actually returned 11 attacking returns in 14. So, I think Watford are actually going to score against Liverpool myself. So does Kev. Booner's going 2-0 along with the form. What did you think the score will be, Charlie?
Probably 2-0, but I wouldn't be surprised if Watford score. But I just hope for FPL reasoning, I hope Foster makes about 20 saves because I've got him in goal. So,
David, what's your thoughts on this Watford Liverpool game? Obviously, like you said, you're probably going to be captaining Trent. I'm assuming then you're expecting a clean sheet in this game.
Yeah, I think 2-0 as well. Like I can't believe I'm saying this, but I agree with Buna.
There we are, Boone. There we are. and King Cunn, are you expecting a pretty professional job by Liverpool? Or are you expecting quite a lot of goals in this?
Nah, I'm not expecting no goals. I think Watford's going to be pretty tight. They're in a relegation battle. I think Liverpool might be a bit tired after that Atletico match, which was devastating for them. I'm going to say 1-1 Watford.
1-1. pun. You really do know how to pull out of the bag there. And this is just based on the simple fact that you thinking that Liverpool are tired.
Yeah, they're tired, and I think they had 0 shots on target against Atletico Madrid. I think not something. He's just traveling.
But this is Atletico Madrid. You know, this isn't Athletic. This is Watford.
And Watford, small pitch at home, could get a draw maybe.
Kim Pembe, clearly a fan of the show because he's mentioning this point. This coming from the guy that said Wilson will score. You don't get tired winning. Your thoughts on that, King Come?
Yeah, well, he did get an assist. If it wasn't for Mike Dean to do a controversy like how he's known, he has to do a controversy. I don't know. I just think everyone's going to predict them to win. They can even draw and still win the league.
Charlie, your thoughts on Kun saying that it could be a 1-1?
I mean, you never know because the other night West Ham, made it very tight in the end. But yeah, I think it'd be comfortable. I don't think Watford are no Atletico Madrid, to be honest.
Do you think though that thingamajig Liverpool went into that game with the mentality of we're going to win this, but actually played at maybe like their 60% best, and hence why West Ham took advantage of this? I mean, well, how did West Ham score 2 goals against Liverpool? Does anyone have any reasoning as to that?
I mean, I think it's because West Ham are fighting, aren't they? I mean, they're fighting, and they've got Snodgrass, probably one of the best, well, in the top 6 for set pieces, and they just took advantage of sloppy mistakes. I think
Snodgrass just looked amazing in that game. The positions he was picking up, like Snodgrass should have done better. He should have got like a massive haul in that game if they just passed him. The amount of times he was open in that game, watching it live, unreal.
I just think, Steve, that even Delafua is going to make Trent stay a little bit back on the left side. So I think Trent won't be going as forward because he's going to get burnt probably on down that side. But that's just the way I look at it.
Well, your rival, Show Me the Money, he's backing you up. West Ham were quicker in midfield. Steve-O, our front three, it's spelled O-U-R, Show Me. Our front three looked slow as well. Hence why I think Origi and Minamino will start on Saturday. You know how to put some nuclear bombs in there. Origi and Minamino aren't going to start, are they, Davey P?
Sorry, can you just repeat the question?
Minamino and Origi, they're not going to start on Saturday, are they?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't think so. I think Liverpool have been playing pretty much full strength in the league all season.
Yeah, I can't see Klopp risking dropping any points. I think, like Davey said, they're just going to go for it and make sure that they just win this title, get it out of the way. Lewis making a point here. I'm a bit skint at the moment, mate. I have to go with mate. You didn't even have to get the membership. It's just something there for the sake of it. But generally do appreciate the fact that you have kindly taken up the membership option. Really do appreciate this. Where is it? Someone said here. I think it was Denondes. I forget who it was. Someone said that why can't Liverpool? They're going to have to draw at some point or lose. Why not this particular fixture? It's the fact that it's Watford. To be honest with you, I apologise for who it was that actually asked that. But here's a question for you, Kim Pembe, Charlie. This is specifically for you. Did Charlie bring in Bruno this week, or did you do it the week before?
I done it this week. Yeah. I was talking to Phil and I think it was John Magic the other night. I think it was on Friday night about bringing in Bruno for Son, but I thought the Watford game against United was going to be a lot tighter, so I brought in Bolly instead. But yeah, I brought in Fernandes as one of my transfers this week. Yeah.
Yeah, you have got. I mean, like I said, your team's up on screen. You've got a very unusual formation. If you want to tell admittedly, it's because De Bruyne isn't playing.
Yeah.
Going forward, you will be playing predominantly a 4-3-3 formation. What's made you go with this specific formation?
Just the fact that I think there ain't really many midfielders that are on amazing form at the moment, and I think there'll be a lot more clean sheets because I played the exact same formation last week as well.
That's right.
For the first time ever. That's the first time I've ever played 5 at the back on FPL.
How did it go? Remind the audience.
I got 54 points, so it wasn't the best, but it was 9 points over the average with a 1k green arrow. So, it was all right.
Daily Llama giving us all the advice that you need, which is just go with your gut. No, absolutely. I think that it is one of those where just go with what you've got to do. Moving on to the following day's fixtures, which is Sunday, and of course it's the opening game with Everton versus Man U. And talking to Bruno Fernandes, are you confident, Charlie, that Man United will continue their winning run? I mean, they've got Europa League tonight. Everton's going to be a tough fixture.
Yeah, I think Everton at home have done pretty well. Obviously, they've beaten Chelsea at home. They've got a decent record against United. I think last season Everton battered United. I think it was 4-0 or 4-1. But I think it'd be quite a high-scoring game. I think it'd be maybe 2-2. I think Fernandes will be in with the goals. Calvert-Lewin, I think, will keep continuing his good form.
Davey Peter heard a bit of an ooh-ah there.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing.
Do you
Like
really?
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be really... I mean, here we go. You're agreeing with Boona again. What's going on here? Maybe last night. But Boona's thinking 2-2 as well. I just don't see it. I think it's going to be a very, very tight game. I mean, King Kun, we were discussing this morning for Kev, potentially to get rid of Fleck for Richarlison. Maybe for this particular fixture, he could do quite well versus Man U. What are your thoughts on this particular fixture?
No, this is a game I don't like. I think it's going to be really close, and I'm going to go 0-0.
Oh, you're going 0-0. Wow. I think it's going to be tight, but I think both teams are going to score, whereas these two, I think it could be a goal fest. I mean, Harbour Boy straight away saying 4-3 to Everton. Shano's thinking 2-2 as well. Since Ancelotti's come in, Charlie, to be fair, at home, they've done pretty well at home defensively. I mean, FPL lads saying that no team has conceded more than Everton so far in the last 4, conceding 10. But I think majority of them, I don't know for fact, but majority of those goals would have come away from home. But no, looking at home though, Charlie, they're looking pretty solid within reason.
Yeah, I think a big blame for the amount of conceding goals is obviously, for one, they've had a lot of problems in centre defensive midfield with the new signing Gabamin, who they got in the summer, got injured. Plus Pickford has been pretty...
Davey, put your phone on mute.
Is that my phone?
It is, yes.
That's not my phone.
Whose is that?
It's not mine.
Is it King Kun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My goodness, Charlie, sorry.
That's right.
Oh my god.
You're going to have to repeat all that again, mate.
But yeah, I was saying it's the fact that I think, because they've scored the second most goals, Everton, or maybe even top since Ancelotti's come in.
That's right. Yeah, I think they've scored the second most amount of goals since Ancelotti's come in, behind Liverpool. Yes, I believe that's the case.
but obviously it's the fact there's just been a lot of mistakes. I think Pickford's been really poor for them. He's got one of the lowest. He's in the bottom 4 for the lowest save, ratio, and it's the fact that they've been very. They've had a lot of injuries in midfield this season, with defensive midfield. So, but yeah, I think it'd be a high-scoring game, like I said.
And you're expecting Fernandes. I mean, I brought Fernandes in on my -12. You think that's the -12 aside? You think moving forward, Fernandes is a good pick?
Yeah, definitely. it's not even just the fact that, I mean, it's just that he's going to be on all set pieces. He's going to be on. He obviously took the penalty last week, but I think he'll be on them from now on. And it's the fact that apart from Man City, I think all their other fixtures are really good. I think Tottenham away is not a hard game with all the injuries they've got. And yeah, I think, and the fact as well in FPL, obviously, as everyone knows, if a Man United player is doing well, their price, I mean, is just going to rocket. He's already gone up 0.2 in like 2-3 weeks. So if you don't get him in now, he's just going to go up to 8.5 soon and above.
King Kun, if you're still with us, is Fernandes a good pick moving forward?
Well, I didn't like him. I actually didn't like him as a pick because he wasn't on 10. But now that he's on 10, so I think it's worth it.
You think then moving forward with United's, even if United's fixtures weren't that great, the fact that it looks like he seems to be a key creative force to what Man United seems to be doing, he likes to get forward. You do think then, with the added bonus that he's on penalties, then that he's actually a good pick to at 8.2.
Yeah, if he wasn't on 10s, I didn't like him. For instance, that penalty makes him worth 9 million, in my opinion.
Very, very interesting. So, the final game of the game week is Spurs versus Wolves. Obviously, Boona is actually going to be particularly going to this fixture. He's got no one playing in it apart from Seiss.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Here he is now. We mentioned this morning, both myself and you think that it's going to be a tight game. Charlie, how do you see this particular fixture going?
No, you go for it, mate.
Yeah, I think it's just the fact that Tottenham, they've lost Son, obviously Kane's out, there ain't really much going forward. I think Wolves will win 2-0.
Boona? Boona, you there? Boona seems to... Davey P, I think you've knocked him out.
I've been trying to do that for ages.
Charlie, everybody, Charlie has silenced Boona.
No, sorry about that.
Here he is. Yeah, Charlie's predicting you're going to lose 2-0, Boona.
Yeah, but Charlie Sports Bristol Rovers, what does he actually really know? You know what I'm saying? He lives in a crisp packet, so he's obviously got a bit of tunnel vision.
But no, you'll go into the game, aren't you? And just a quick piece of breaking news, everybody. I can bring up on stream. They've released that quite early, the team news. So Wolves have released the team news for tonight's fixture. And thanks to someone in chat, I can bring that up. I'll name check you in a second. But Traore is actually starting.
Well, then anyone that's owning him would probably want to take him out because he probably won't play Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
So here we go, everybody. I'm hoping that comes out. I think it's going to be too big, right? I'm going to have to shrink that down a bit. But so, for everybody listening... Oh! Well. So, I can't even read it. So I'm just going to read it this way. Right, so we've got Patrizio in goal. Bowley, Cody, Kilman, Vinagre, Doherty, Matinho, Gibbs-White, Dendoncker, Podence and Traore up front. So he's sticking with the 3-5-2, which tells me that this is what Nuno's going to be going with. There's no Jota on the bench. I can't see his name anyway. Jimenez is there, Neto's there, and Seiss is there from Boona's point of view.
Come on, Seiss is rested. Let's go.
So, immediate thoughts, Boona, to that news, and yeah, Traore starts. And well, actually, Davey P, you're a owner of Traore. I heard you a bit worried there. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, Traore is one of these players that's on the chopping block for me pretty soon.
And why is that?
Just the change in formation for Wolves, because they play better with the 3-5-2, especially with Jota and Jimenez up. And I can't see where Traore fits in that system. It really doesn't fit in that system, shall I say. And there's other players you can get in for similar pricing that are doing quite well right now, and I think I'd rather swap and maybe double up on the Wolves defence. I think is what the way I'm leaning.
Is that Davy P down to 10?
Look, I've done it 9.
Down to 9.
Sorry.
What's the gap?
Oh, whoa. Are you what legit? You're down to 9 players this game week if Traore didn't start.
Because I don't think Hayden will start for Newcastle.
Wow.
So you didn't bring. So you definitely didn't bring Harvey Barnes in then.
I'm not saying anything.
Do you know what? This is really funny, Steve. But Davey P's so rattled he started playing mind games with me. He tried telling me that he brought Harvey Barnes in for a -4, but he's just confirmed that he's not. He basically was trying to force my hand to see if I'd do the Harvey Barnes hit to block him, so I take a -8. But I'm not stupid like
that. If anybody wants a betting tip, again, we don't really promote betting on here. So actually, do you know what? Yeah, we do. Phil, for a bit of fun, if anybody's got a spare 50p, Phil is highly recommending this. Traore is 9-2, which is basically 4.5 to 1 to score any time. Lump on. There we are. There's Phil's advice. David P, you've got to have a right to reply here. Are you playing mind games with Boona? Are you trying to bait him? Are you throwing out the fishing rod and trying to catch him out? What is this with you and suggesting you maybe bringing Harvey Barnes and you're not bringing him? What's going on here?
Oh, well, you'll have to just wait until Friday to find out if I've done it.
He's rattled. He's so rattled.
Boona, I'll ask you immediately. We've got Charlie on the line here, Davey P. They're both seriously thinking of captaining Trent Alexander-Arnold. Do you think they'll both go through with it?
Davy P will. Charlie doesn't have the bottle.
Oh, Charlie.
But Davy P said from day one that Salah captain at home, Trent away, and I'm pretty sure he'll stick to it. And I don't think it's a bad move. Trent's got good history against Watford.
Charlie?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say I'd definitely captain him anyway. He's just a consideration. He's just vice at the moment, but there is a possibility. But it's not a. I wouldn't, properly on him captain, but it could be.
FPL lad, anybody liking the look of Jota? Could Jimenez and Jota be the new Ings and Long? FPL lad, you must have been listening to myself this morning because that's exactly what I said right now. And he says hashtag FPL Boona. There we are. We got a bit of a fan there for you, Boona. But no, King Kun, do you think that Jimenez and Jota could be the new Ings and Shane Long?
Yeah, me and Bruno actually talked about Jota last week, that he hasn't scored chances had.
Right, okay.
And I think going forward, yeah, there could be a good tandem. I think better than Shane Long and Ings.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. I certainly agree with that. I mean, I know that with this Tottenham game coming up, people like myself that have got Jimenez and Jota up front, obviously I'm particularly interested in to see how those two particularly play. And I've got some interesting news here. Boona, obviously you're a friend of Anish's. I mentioned to you this morning that I was tempted by triple captaining Salah versus Watford. It's unlikely that I'm going to do it. But Anish is saying I'm tempted to triple captain Trent. Do you think this is BS, or do you think that no, this is a serious consideration for him?
Yeah, that's definite BS. Anisha's full of beep.
In fact, I know he's there. Let's bring him live on air. I know for a fact he's in the waiting room. There he is. Hopefully he's not got his mum with him. Anish.
Hopefully he's not doing the dishes either.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, Anish, you've got your right to reply. Boona's thinking that you're calling BS here. I do want to hear your thoughts because it would be very, very interesting to hear why you're seriously thinking of triple captaining Trent. But overall, I personally think this particular fixture is going to be absolutely terrible. In fact, just a quick, I'm going to deliberately do this. Just a second. Damn him. Come on, answer the phone. Answer the phone.
Who?
Hold on. Mr. Reed. Hello. Can you hear us?
Fantasy. What are you doing?
You are live on the Elite FPL podcast, my friend. I'm on the stream and I've just seen you ringing me. Do you want to say anything?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Is it a blank game week? Isn't it coming up?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Right. So what do I do if it's not playing?
Well, I don't know. I don't know who's in your team. What's your main dilemma?
Is Salah playing?
Yes. Yes.
Right, so let's go with Salah then.
The only team. Right. Basically, all you've got to worry about is Man
Sheffield
City.
United?
Man City, Arsenal, Sheffield United, and Aston Villa aren't playing. That's what you need to know.
So okay, so I've got a triple Sheffield United defence then. So Fabianski goes in for Henderson. Done. What about Lundstrom and who's the other bloke? Okay, man.
Maybe you could. I mean, who's your?
How about Rico? He's always good for a laugh, isn't he?
Well,
that game week last year when he scored a goal and he got really angry. That was fantastic.
well, people are genuinely thinking that. In fact, everybody apart from me is thinking that Bournemouth could win the game. And somebody I know for
But
fact.
nobody's scoring for them.
Exactly. That's why I think they're going to lose.
Rico, I suppose. Yeah.
Well, someone mentioned that Rico could actually, genuinely, someone in the chat said that Rico is potentially someone that could score a free kick this particular game week.
Well, I'll put him in. I have to replace one of the Sheffield United with him then.
What, you'd have to buy him, would you?
No, he's on the bench.
Yeah, obviously, any players that you've got playing this particular game week, I'd play, because we've got Davey P on the line at the moment. Yeah. He's actually only got 9 people playing at the moment, but... which is crazy. I mean, how many people would you have? In fact, do you know what? I'll quickly bring up your team
Please
up
do.
on screen,
Yeah,
so then I can actually be able to see exactly who you've.
Because I wasn't expecting this. You see, I'm on the phone, walking from Marks and Spencer's back to my office.
Oh, you haven't gone
a bag of honeycomb bites, which I'm sure you'd appreciate.
You haven't gone to McDonald's to potentially bring me some burgers to break a record, have you?
Not this time.
Oh my goodness! It does remind me of that scene. You were live on. So this is Mr. Reed. Oh, by the way, we've just broken the news that Traore's starting tonight up front, and there's a chance that he'll probably miss the game against Tottenham on Sunday, which is a player that you've got.
That's good. Yeah, wonderful. So taking care of that.
When did you get Fabianski in?
Weeks before he got injured. I got him, and then he got injured.
Right, okay. So, to be fair, apart from Kelly, De Bruyne, the three Sheffield United players, you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You'll have 9 players playing.
Right, Dave, okay, right, yeah.
So, it really is down to people. I mean, I know King Kun is thinking of doing a -8 for this particular game week. I know Cy Bellamy is doing the free hit. Have you used your chips at all? The free hit chip?
Steve, this is me you're talking to. They went in the first month. I've got 2 free transfers though.
Oh, do you really? Okay. I'll ask the
For the first
guys.
time the whole season.
I'll ask the guys now. With the team up on screen at the moment, Mr. Reed's got 2 free trans. Yeah, I know you can't. I'll relay the interaction here. You can tell Nicky about this. So Mr. Reed's got 2 free transfers, guys. What would you recommend him do with this particular team? He's only going to have 9 players playing, and he's probably going to be looking at to get rid of potentially one of the Sheffield United defenders, and maybe Grealish or De Bruyne. What would you do? I mean, Boona, you've got rid of De Bruyne this particular game week.
No way.
Oh yeah.
I have indeed. Yeah. It depends what sort of player Mr. Reed is, really. Don't know if he wants to get rid of De Bruyne.
You don't want to get rid of De Bruyne, do you, Mr. Reed? The way you just reacted then.
I don't think so. I think that would be a mistake.
What about Grealish?
Well, he's a future Man United star, isn't he? So I feel like keeping him in.
So really, then it's come down to Baldock and Lundstrom then.
Yes.
Right, okay. So which defenders, and you got 0.4 in the bank, and that's what, about 10 million, say, between Baldock and Lundstrom, give or take. Is there anybody
Two free
here
transfers.
that thinks there's any decent defenders to bring in for this particular game?
So-
Anybody live on that?
Soyuncu and Charlie Taylor.
Soyuncu and Charlie Taylor, Reed.
Well, that's not
I'd
bad,
say
is it?
Wolves. I think Wolves defence is better.
Who was that, David?
I think any Wolves defender is a good shout because Spurs have no forwards that can score goals.
Davy P suggesting maybe a Wolves defender, maybe Saiss, Bowley. They're two really cheap options. Saiss isn't actually playing tonight either.
Oh, okay.
Bolly
so-
and Lascelles.
We've got really conflicting information here. We've got Bolly and Lascelles. It does seem, I mean, Harbour Boy straight away in the chat is saying that bringing Bowley, I think that looks straight away like a really good move for you then maybe to do, maybe bringing in Bowley and then maybe looking at other options. I mean, FPL Lad here, the guy that, of course, we joked about that works on Tottenham Court Road, he's saying that maybe for a -4, Grealish, Lundstrom and Kelly out for Armstrong, Saiss and Stevens of Southampton. Would you do a hit this week or not?
I don't think not if I've got 2 free transfers. That would annoy me. I think. You know. So I can only put one more Wolves in because I've got 2 Wolves already. Haven't I? Traore and
Yeah, you've got Traore and Jimenez already. So yeah, maybe go with the cheap. I mean, Boona, you're a Saiss owner. Do you think Saiss is probably the safest option, one of the safest options to go with, and he's a cheap option as well?
Not only is he one of the safest now, because obviously people were saying, "Oh, Saiss is rotation risk because he'd only been playing because Bolly was injured." But the Wolves have gone back to their 3 in defence, 3 at centre back formation, and clearly he's favoured, and he's got the attacking threat, which he's shown recently, and he's been rested tonight. So yeah, absolutely, I think Saiss is the best budget defender in that Wolves defence.
And how much is he, Boona?
4.4 he was. I don't know if he's risen. I think he's still.
Yeah,
Well,
I think he's 4.5. I think he went
Okay.
up.
Mr. Reed,
But
I
it's still
think you've
cheap,
been
innit?
given sound advice there. Boona is suggesting that you take. I mean, who would you take out, Boona, straight away? Would it be Baldock or Lundstrom?
Well, Lundstrom's got to go.
hold on now, Peru.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Lundstrom doesn't play.
Okay, well they're saying immediately Lundstrom because he just doesn't play, Mr. Reed, and Saiss in for Lundstrom.
But didn't he do something the other day? Lundstrom?
But he came on as a
Yeah,
substitute, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah, you're right.
he's nailed on. He's nailed on to
Yeah.
that bench now.
All right, well that's something to think on.
And certainly with the other transfer, maybe looking at a Southampton defender. A lot of people in the FPL community are looking at Southampton defenders. I'm not particularly a fan, but certainly like someone like Stevens, who's a question for you guys: is Stevens 4.4, 4.5 now? What's he gone up to?
4.5.
He's gone up to 4.5 now, and Saiss is
Yeah.
Hang on,
4.5.
do I keep Rico?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Keep Rico because he's playing this particular game.
And he's going to score a free kick.
Well,
Right, look, this has been great. Sonny. I need to get back to my work, and I want to eat the rest of these honeycomb bites. And I don't want to be like Jason, eating a spag bowl down the line. So, I'll go.
cheers, Reed. Thank you for joining us.
love a bit of Thursday surgery.
There we are there. A live phone call from a good friend of mine, Mr. Reed, who's team up at the moment. And talking of phone calls, unfortunately, David P. Your rival, Boone, has had to leave because of a phone call.
No, he was just too rattled. He couldn't take it.
Is Anish with us? Let's bring him back in, isn't it? Hello, Anish. Is he going to speak, Anish? You got 3, 2. Oh.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, is it? Oh, nearly. Are you seriously thinking of triple captaining Trent Alexander-Arnold?
I think so. It's an option because I don't think Watford are very they're attacking. The way they attack is, I don't think they've got much in them to score many goals.
Boona made a point that he doesn't think we've got the bottle to do it, and I think I agree. I don't think you will do it. But what's made you think triple captaining Trent is a really good idea this particular game week?
I just think that if I look at the opposition's attack, I think if they're going to score a goal, it's going to come from a set piece. Watford. I don't think they're going to get any goals from open play.
Well, to back you up,
So if I don't think they're going to get any goals from open play, then I think it's a good opportunity because Liverpool are good at defending set pieces.
Oh my days! Show me the man
Yeah,
who's lost his head.
yeah,
He's lost his head.
yeah.
What? Now go, Steve. Steve, go
Don't-
for it.
don't- yeah, hold on, just 2 seconds, just before I get onto that. Just to back you up here, Anish, Andreas Schuster is saying to put the Trent Alexander-Arnold captaincy in perspective. If I picked Alexander-Arnold all season, I would have an additional 149 points. His current rank right now is 309,000. I don't know what that would equate to, maybe moving you up to, I don't know, 100,000 or whatever, probably even more than that. But wow, so yes, immediately, Show Me the Mane has come out with this, which, again, I don't think he's BSing at all. Afternoon, Paulie.
Good afternoon.
I'd like to hear your reaction to this straight away because Show Me the Mane has put this in chat. Here we go. So Show Me the Mane is somebody that does like to bench expensive players. Here we go. Steve-O, I am benching Salah this week. I've just decided.
You're having a laugh.
Yeah, the thing is though, he normally gets things like that correct, don't he? Because we see his team lineups and stuff like that. So I might Ben Salah as well now.
Show Me the Mane is saying, you watch and wait at 7 p.m. tomorrow. I mean, Boona, come on.
I think one of those.
I can't wait for this to backfire. I'm pretty sure he just does it to cause outrage rather than any logic.
Yeah.
To be honest, they do have an important Champions League game midweek of next week, so it could potentially breast one of the three. Don't know if it'll be Salah though, but it might be one of the.
Come on, Show Me the Mane and get live on air. And... Oh wait, you can't. Sorry, my bad. Carry on, Stephen.
Unban him. But no, but there's a lot of. I mean, you made this point in all seriousness, Anish, that I don't think you set a trend, but I do feel the fact that you are somebody that's been captaining Trent a lot the last few game weeks. A lot of people now maybe potentially captaining Trent Alexander-Arnold. We've got Davey P saying this. Charlie's thinking of doing it. Andreas, in fact, just to add, Andreas said he would be in the top 1,000. Flaming, I nearly swore then. Wow, that's crazy. Well done. So, yeah, Anish, you're pretty. I mean, are you definitely captaining Trent this week?
I'm 100% captaining him. Yeah, he's the only good option in my team.
Right, okay. And you think that the fact that not just Show Me the Mane is saying about Salah being benched, do you think there's a chance he could be rested as well?
Well, I think one of the three could be rested for the Atletico game.
But the
other two will get managed minutes.
Just correct me if I'm wrong, anybody here. The Atletico Madrid game isn't for another 2 weeks, is that right?
Yeah, 2 weeks. It's not next week.
Oh, is it not next week?
No, because they got the
FA Cup.
FA Cup, aren't they?
It's on March 11th.
Yeah, it's not next week.
All right, then. Yeah, fair enough. Are Liverpool in the FA Cup still?
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Chelsea.
Oh, yeah, they are playing Chelsea, yeah. Oh, fair enough. Then I wouldn't expect them to be rested at all.
Yeah, he won't get rested.
Sorry, I thought it was the Champions League
That's
games.
right. Harbour Boy throwing a bit of a grenade in here. I'd like to hear the response from you guys. That let's be honest here. What do you call it?
Yeah, I've read that.
Yeah,
I must have missed the part where we called ourselves experts. Sorry. Do forgive me, Harbour Boy.
Is that what he said? We're experts.
Well, I'll read out the comment and then here we go. So, Show Me the Mane is doing better this season than most of you experts.
Is he doing better than me?
What are your thoughts on that? I mean, I don't know if Harbour Boy's being facetious. To be fair, the only reason why Show Me the Mane's done really well, and this is the truth, is that he's put on his captaincy on differentials, really big differentials, and they've paid off. The one that springs to mind, wasn't it Mopay for him versus Tottenham, as an example?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jay Rodriguez the other week as well.
J.
got
Rodriguez,
a pen.
of course, yes. I'm not suggesting for 1 minute that showing him the Mane the things that he does is wrong. It clearly is working. But I think that benching Salah, it's going to be fantastic. I mean,
that's insane.
I'm wondering, though, I'm going to bring up his team in a second, but I just want to make this point here. Tyrone Smith is specifically saying to me, Captain Trent, Steve-O, and if it backfires, I owe you £20. What do you think about that, guys?
Can't
Can we
say
have
no
it
to
down
that.
can you have it down in paper, in writing, on an email?
Yeah, if you're willing to
Send a £2 deposit. To
Yeah,
show that you will actually pay.
yeah. I don't want to put pressure on them. Well, let's put the pressuring myself there.
I'll tell you what, this since the news broke about Norwich's centre-back Zimmerman being out again this weekend, tomorrow, tell you what, I'm half tempted by switching that armband onto Jamie Vardy. I tell you, I'm being deadly serious.
Same here, because he's done well for me on that Friday game against Southampton.
Yeah,
Well,
it's tempting. It's very tempting.
How critical is Zimmerman to Norwich? Seriously.
Very.
Very.
Just put it on Salah, guys. Come on.
Very.
Just put it on Salah.
Is Steve tempted to captain Vardy now?
I don't actually own Vardy. I'm not going to go down there. I'm just looking at
Steve was tempted by that £20.
Yeah, I'm all. To be fair, that's split between them. Just to let you know, where's it gone? Tyrone Smith, you'd have to give us £40 because actually half the money goes to Jason. So, so unfortunately, that's the problem. So it'll have to be £40. John Harris talking to Jason. John Harris, is this stream going to overlap Jason's? No, because I'm going bed in a minute. But yes, show me the Mane is making. Show me the Mane.
Is Jason streaming tonight?
Yes, he is. Yes, well,
brilliant! Today has been one hell of a day, isn't it? God.
Yeah, we get banned. One stream gets banned, and I don't know if you. I'm pretty sure you did hear us, Spooner, but I'm going to be truthful. I really enjoyed this morning's show, mate. I thought it was excellent.
Hello.
Yeah, I was just saying that the show that you were part of this morning with Kev was excellent. It's a shame that
it was brilliant, wasn't it? Yeah.
It's a shame that it's been taken down.
I know.
Yeah, what a shame. But I'm just looking at showing the Mane's team at the moment. I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if he does bench Salah, but he'd actually be doing it because he's only got certain players not playing, and he'd come in as a sub. And the simple answer is no. He
got more than 11?
He would have a full 11. So if Salah if he did bench Salah, then he does actually have 11 players playing. So show me the Mane. There's a very, very high chance that I will be streaming tomorrow evening, and it will be fascinating when the game goes live that you have done this. Zimmy, I loved the morning show this morning. Why did it get banned? UEFA. I'll just quickly put the tweet up. This wasn't obviously UEFA tweeting us about this, but basically UEFA took the video down due to copyright strike based
infringements.
Yeah, if you remember, Zimmy, I played the Kevin De Bruyne penalty. And unfortunately, here we are, just put it up on screen right now. Unfortunately, the content, as it says there, was copyright. So unfortunately, all that gold dust that myself, Spooner and Kevin, it was excellent content that we brought you. Unfortunately, that's the reason why it was taken down. He's showing the Mane. I can't believe this is... he's joking. He's being facetious about Captain Trossard. Tyrone Smith making the point here, just agreeing with Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops thinks that Trent's going to do pretty well, and he's making the point that if Trent does haul, then I not only get money from Tyrone Smith, I'll get the points as well. It's a win-win, Steve-O. And yeah, Tyrone Smith making the point that is true. There could be a 20-plus point. I can't see it. I can't see Trent. I think he's got his haul, that which was on Monday, wasn't it? So I really don't think that you've missed out on the haul. How many points did you get in the end, Anish, for Trent, captain, on Monday?
20 points. That's including the cap.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so 20 points. And where did you move up to in the ranks?
Let me just check now. Actually, I'm not too sure. I'll have to check that.
While you're checking, Paulie, I just want to congratulate you because last week for the predictions, you won. You came out on top with a cracking score, mate. You got 12 points. You got.
You're all them 3-0s, weren't it?
Yeah, you got 3 of them, 2 of them bang on the money with whoever won 3-0. Man U and Leicester, the Man City games. No, it was Man U and Wolves games. You predicted 3-0. You also got in the Crystal Palace Newcastle game. You were close enough with a 2-0 victory there. Seeing as you're on some hot form at the moment, you won that bet the other day. Let's just quickly, this really will be as quick as possible here. Have you done your predictions for the predictor game on the Elite FPL website? Or the app?
I've not, no, but I can easily go through one.
Please do. So here we go. Listen up, everybody. If you're going to be doing accumulators, so the individual earlier on who asked for an accumulator. In fact, Paulie, someone asked earlier on about, it was Salah. Listen up if you're still here. Paulie,
can you ask Salah if he's playing this weekend? If Salah's in the chat.
Paulie, we were asked early on about an accumulator on tonight's Europa League games. Got an accumulator potentially that you would offer tonight?
I hadn't really had a look at the games. I fancy Man U to win tonight.
Yes, yeah. I went with Man U, Celtic, Arsenal, and I think Wolves will lose to Espanyol. I think Espanyol will win.
In the first round of them, I actually had all the British teams in the Europa League to either win or draw, and 4-1 and 1 drew. So that
went through as well.
So I think Arsenal, Celtic, Man United, and I think Wolves. Probably Arsenal, Celtic, and Man United. I'd go for as a treble.
There we are, everybody. I'm just going to get a pen. I've got my piece of paper, so I'm going to deliberately write down. This isn't going to be entered into the predictor game, by the way. All I will say is that I'm just going to write this down for my own selfish purposes. So come on then, Paulie. Everybody, listen up. This is how it goes. We all know what to do here. Paulie's going to just give his predictions.
I'm going to go 2-0 to Leicester tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Brighton and Palace 1-1. Bournemouth 1, Chelsea 2. Newcastle to win 1-0.
Paulie, I'm going to stop you there. Have you been copying my predictions?
What, same?
Apart from the Norwich game, I've done outright. It's the correct outcome. They're all the same so far, yeah?
I actually joined when I think David P just left. That's when I actually joined. I haven't watched any of it up until.
Oh, you didn't see any? Oh no, you didn't see any of this morning's show,
any,
no?
Anyone's predictions.
What about okay? So moving on, West Ham, Southampton.
1-1. Watford 0, Liverpool 3. Everton 1, Man United 1, and Spurs 1, Wolves 1.
Bloody hell, mate. Basically, apart from 2 matches, you and me are pretty much going exactly the same. I think, going on what you said regarding the Everton and Tottenham games, I think you think as well they're going to be very tight then, close.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
And what makes you, in your opinion, say that? I mean, I'm saying especially Everton, Man U, they're both teams in form, and I just think they're just going to cancel each other out, especially the fact that Everton are at home and they don't seem to concede that many at home.
Yeah, and it's just Man United. They always seem to kind of a bogey team, aren't they, when they play against Everton? It's always normally Everton win or a draw. And Spurs and Wolves, I think Spurs... Is Dele Alli playing this weekend, or is they potentially...
He is, but he could be suspended after this week for a few games.
I just think that they're both, even though Spurs are not in form, I still think they'll just cancel each other out and it'll be 1-1.
And just a quick one on, you're another one that thinks that, Bournemouth are going to get a result against Chelsea.
No, he said 2-1 Chelsea.
Oh, he said 2-1 Chelsea, did he? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So me and you are actually the only
can't
two people.
remember.
Okay, me and you are the only two people then that think that Chelsea are going to get a result versus Bournemouth. What is your thinking behind this?
I watched the as bad as the score sounded from the other night against Bayern. I actually thought Chelsea created some decent chances in that game. On any other day, if they create them chances against Bournemouth, I think that they'll put one or two of them away. I don't think Bournemouth will score. I think they'll score, but I don't think they'll get 2 or 3. So I just think Chelsea will win.
We've already spoken. Yeah, we've already spoken about this, and I don't really want to go into too much apart from with yourself, Paulie. Me and Boona said no, it's not a good idea. But Tyron Smith making a point: is Giroud a good punt? David P doesn't think it will be. It shouldn't be. What are your thoughts on Giroud as just like a punt? He's only 6.5.
Yeah, it's just the fact that is he going to start? That's the only thing,
that's
because
exactly
because Abraham came on and he looked quite lively. So is Abraham going to get his place back? Is he going to play Giroud with Abraham? I don't think he'll play 2 strikers. I think if Abraham were out injured, he could potentially go for him. But I think with Abraham back, then there's the chance that he's not going to play, or he'll play a limited minute.
Interesting. Evening, Jacko. Welcome to the stream. It's pretty much going to be coming to an end right now. I think I'm going to call it in because, like we've just alluded to, there is going to be another stream this evening. It is going to be with Jason. It's going to be a late one. It's going to be approximately, I guess, about 8:30. So it's the usual thing for me, as I always like to do. I like to give people their final say. Boona, is it going to be the same as last time? What you said earlier on regarding essentially don't overthink things?
Yeah, absolutely. And I just got some breaking Watford team news if anyone wants it.
Is this for real?
Yeah, as in just off Ben Dinnery's Twitter, he's literally just posted it. Ismaili Sarr is much closer to starting. Presume that means he'll be on the bench. Jan Mat's back in full training. Kiko Firmino is being managed. And Pearson's also said Liverpool are going to win 8-0. Good night.
Boona, thank you for joining us for the last half hour or so.
See you later, mate.
Cheers, dude. There's FPL Boona there. Charlie, you've been with us for the majority of the show. Like I said, any final words?
Yeah, just cheers for having me on again.
Oh, thank you for the sorry to interject. Thank you for the kind words on the Football Content Award. Really appreciate it.
No worries. You deserve it. Quality stream again. Always good content. Always everyone has a laugh, and yes, just perfect, really.
I'm sure there's a chance you'll go on with Jason, but if not, make sure you tune into Jason's stream later, Charlie, because it would be interesting to hear to see if he says anything about your Trent Alexander-Arnold captaincy dilemma. Cheers, Charlie.
Yeah, cheers, mate. See you later.
There we are, dude. I'll just quickly, out of respect to Paulie, just look at his team. So, Paulie, you're going with Salah captaincy with a 5-3-2 formation.
Yeah, the reason I've put the team into the screenshots is that I've actually made the one transfer that I had for free, but I don't like the look of a 5-3-2. So I was just wondering if you'd probably get rid of Aubameyang and maybe go for Jamie Vardy, for example, and then go 4-3-3. But that'll cost me a -4, and that's what I was thinking of.
No, I prefer the 5 at the back rather than selling Aubameyang.
For a -4, Anish is saying he prefers the 5-3-2. I personally agree with it because I don't like spending points. Albeit I've just done a -12, but that was just for fun. That's the genuine truth. King Kun, you're doing a -8 again. Your thoughts on Aubameyang out for Vardy?
Well, I don't know, man. That's my captain, so I can't jinx him. I don't know. I think he's a must-have this week.
You think he's a
To be honest,
must-have?
I'd play the Donker over Tanganga and save it at that.
Paulie, I mean, you've
The
got...
only thing is you get does Arsenal have a double fixture next week?
Yeah, they've got West Ham. Yeah, and
Yeah,
I'm assuming...
what my plan was Aubameyang to Vardy this week, and then depending on how Vardy does, just switch straight back to Aubameyang for next week.
I think that's a transfer wasted though. Like
That's what I'm thinking.
It's
Why is it a transfer wasted?
It's just Jamie Vardy though. I don't think if he gets 2 goals, then I've missed out on them points. That's what I'm thinking. Plus, I'm not in the Cash Mini League or anything, so I'm basically against players from my workplace.
Well, where are you ranked, Paulie? Roughly, give or take.
383.
About 380,000. Right, okay. The reason why I personally think Kun is a wasted transfer is because I just think that for this particular blank game week, I mean, I'm only saying this from my opinion, I just don't think that Leicester are going to destroy Norwich. The fact that you're going to want Aubameyang the following week. Do you have any money in the bank, Paulie?
I've not got much, 0.3.
Oh, so actually you could do it for a -4. You know what? Because you've got money in the bank and there's a possibility of Aubameyang going up in price for next week, so to speak. I actually now changed my mind. I think go for it. If you're confident in your prediction of 2-0 to Leicester and you think that Vardy's going to do well, I think to hell with it, go for it. Anish, you think it's a wasted transfer, but now you know that he's got money in the bank. What about that now?
To be honest, I still wouldn't do it because you're going to want Aubameyang back. He's going to have double game weeks. Vardy isn't going to have any double game weeks.
Yeah, Aubameyang's coming back in anyway.
Yeah, he'll be doing a straight swap back.
It was just for this week.
Oh, so you're going to 100% do the straight swap back?
Yeah, that's what we're going to do because I'd rather have Vardy rather than, for example, Dendonka.
Fair enough, then I'll probably take the chance then, but I've got Aubameyang and I'm not taking him up for Vardy. Personally, myself, I'm playing 5 at the back.
Interesting.
Just take the hit, Paulie. You're gonna miss.
But if you want to take a hit, if you want to take the hit, I wouldn't advise against it. But I don't think it's going to be a very high-scoring game, so I wouldn't personally do it. But if you want to do it, then you can do it. But you got Harvey Barnes already as well.
Yeah, just wait till you see it smirk on my face when Vardy gets a hat.
Well,
since you're contemplating it, you have a feeling that he could go bananas. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, and I was thinking of the transfer before. I heard that Bournemouth even said that Norwich centre half were injured.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, so I fancied him even before that.
There we are.
Yeah, because I'm not 100% sure. The only thing that I would say do it is because I'm not 100% sure Tanganga will even play.
Yes,
that were going to be my next one. So if I didn't do the transfer, or I did the transfer, it'd be Tanganga down to the bench then, won't it?
Tim Lee making the point.
Yeah.
It's only worth getting Vardy in if you captain him, in his opinion. So, would you captain him, Paulie?
Well, now show me the Mane. Said Salah's not playing, probably.
Show me the Mane. You've really put a grenade in that. In the mix there. Ray Joyce, where were you this morning? Or in your case, it would have been almost early morning start up. He's saying that he's just arrived at work, so Elite FPL and coffee to start the day. We're about to go off air, mate, but just go rewatch go on replay and everything. Yeah, there we have it, Paulie. I wonder if you'll be doing it tomorrow. We'll find out tomorrow. Would it be a last-minute decision, Paulie?
Yeah, because I'm waiting for Aubameyang's price rise as well, because mine will go up 0.1. So I'll be able to get an extra 0.1.
Is he going to go up in price?
It's really close, yeah. It were at 100 actually last I looked.
But the thing is, one thing to consider is if Man City get an announcement that there's a double game week with Arsenal tomorrow, his price is going to skyrocket higher than probably Vardy's price in no time.
Yeah, but once game week starts, you can get him straight back in, can't you?
Yeah, so you're
Exactly.
gonna have to do the transfer then probably on Friday itself or tomorrow itself to get him back in.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you probably won't be able to afford Aubameyang straight off the back. I'm not sure if you can or not.
Yeah.
Do you have money tied up in him?
No. I'll be able to get
Perfect.
him.
Then that's alright.
I'll be able to get him straight back in with money in bank anyway.
That's alright then. Yeah, that's alright.
There we go, Paulie. Very, very interesting insight there from Anish and King Kun. And on that note, pal, yeah, have you got any final thoughts before we say goodbye?
No, just short and sweet. Just make sure everyone tunes into Jason's stream.
Absolutely.
Later on.
Yeah, I can't bloody wait. I'll be watching that tomorrow. Sick to death of my own voice.
I'm gonna watch Wolves at Man United game tonight. So
fantastic. And just a quick prediction: Wolves versus Espanyol. What do you think on that?
I think it'll be a draw because Wolves are resting the key attacking players, aren't they, today?
And you said United will win. Going to get a score prediction out of you?
Yeah, I think Manu will win 2-0 tonight.
Oh, there we are, everybody.
I'll go Celtic to win 1-0, Arsenal to win 2-0.
Salah, if you're listening, there's your accumulator, my friend. Paulie, cheers, dude.
Yeah, see you later.
There's Paulie there. Anish, final thoughts before we say goodbye.
In terms of from an FPL perspective, I don't see many attacking returns from a forward line perspective. But I think defences going big at the back could be good this game week, in my opinion.
Yes. Yes, winning here. He must be about half an hour behind the stream because he's saying, I take the risk and captain Trent Alexander and get your points and get your points, and if not, you'll get money if he blanks. And then he's just put some nice little emoji here. Just a bit of advertisement for anybody that wants to continue chatting. FPL Booner is saying he's in the hangout section of Discord for the next 30 minutes or so. Please get involved. And I'm assuming you'll be part of that, Anish. So cheers, dude.
Yeah, I'll be in the hangouts. Cheers, take care, Sivo. Have a nice
Take
evening.
it easy. King Kun, the final thoughts with you.
Enjoy your weekend. Thanks for having me again. And chat shit, get banged, bodies on a hat trick.
And on that note, that's £3 yours, King Kun. Take it easy, pal.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
There we are. Everybody is interested in the Vardy party now. And there we are, everybody. On that note, as I did earlier on, I may as well show you my team just quickly. Once again, I'm just going to sound like I'm repeating myself, but for people that didn't see earlier on, or even last week during the whatever game it was, Wolves game, Norwich Man U. That's right, it was Man U versus. Who did Man U play last week? I can't even bloody remember. When they won 3-0, Watford, of course it was. And Wolves at home to Norwich. I just did it for a laugh, just to get the likes, and it worked. I did my transfers last week. It was a -12. It was Button, Grealish, Dendonka, Aguero, Greenwood out for Pope, Fernandes, Saka, Jimenez and Jota. And there we have it, everybody. That's what the team is up on screen right now. Let's make people happy by making him captain. There we are, done. That's what people want. Trent Alexander-Arnold as my captain. Tyrone Smith, you have been exposed on our channel. So if you do not pay the £20, if he doesn't come through... I'm joking, by the way. I'm not going to captain Trent. It will be Salah. I will be going Salah captain, for crying out loud. I agree with Dan and Evening Dan. I think that based on Salah's form versus Watford... sorry, his history versus Watford, I can't explain it. In fact, for people listening in, the history... regarding Salah, Mane and Vardy. I'll just quickly bring it up for people that didn't see it this morning. So Vardy against Norwich, 3 starts, 1 goal, 1 assist. He blanked in their 1-1 draw in December. Mane and Salah. Start with Mane first. 5 starts, 3 goals, 4 assists. Salah, and as I mentioned to Kev, there's a bit of an omen, a positive omen regarding Salah as well. So Salah, again like Mane, 5 starts. So 5 starts, 8 goals, 1 assist. But on the 17th of March in 2018 or 17, one of the two, it doesn't really matter. It was a 5:30 kickoff. And that's when, admittedly it was at Anfield, but that's when Salah got that whopping 4 goals and 1 assist there. So there we have it, everybody. There we are. That's the end of the stream. Let's get out of here. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but in a few hours' time, Jason will be streaming. So hopefully this particular stream doesn't get pulled. Crazy. I laugh, but it's not funny. It's pathetic, really. I could do a podcast on that alone about my frustrations with the world we live in regarding copywriting and all that rubbish. But anyway, yes, as ever, hit the like button now, everybody. If you want to promote this, video, basically just simply hit the like button. It really does help support the show. If you are completely brand new around here and haven't subscribed but you enjoy the content myself and Jason bring to you on a regular, within reason, daily basis, then just simply hit the subscribe button. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Elite FPL, and of course be part of the Discord group. Download the app as well that Jason has amazingly created if you are somebody that wants to have all our content in one place, including the website. Jason has created an app. So just go to Google Store and just type in Elite FPL and it will come up there. You just download it there. And just quickly on a question from Show Me the Mane. Steve-O, do you think I'll be the only person in the world to bench Salah? The simple answer is yes, you will. On that note, join Boona in the Hangouts for the next 30 minutes where you can just have a conversation, basically talking all things, just basically continuing this stream, basically all things fantasy football. Other than that, everybody, cheers, and I will probably see you tomorrow evening for deadline hour or half hour or whatever I want to call it. Cheers, guys, and enjoy your evening, and make sure you tune into Jason. It'll be approximately 8 o'clock-ish. Blimey! Wow! FPL Penguin! Come out of nowhere! Where have you been, mate? Where have you been? I haven't seen you for ages in the Discord. Come live on air. Not now because we're going off air, but come live on air the next time we are, because it'd be nice to have a chat with you. Cheers, guys, and cheers, Penguin. See you later, dude.